Hello everyone, welcome to Ethionews, your go-to spot for the latest and most important news from Ethiopia. Whether it's breaking headlines or updates on current events, we've got you covered. Prime Minister Abiy meets AFRICOM commander to strengthen regional security ties. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has announced that he held high-level discussions with General Michael Langley, commander of the United States Africa Command, AFRICOM, and a senior officer in the U.S. Marine Corps. The talks, held in Addis Ababa, focused on shared interests and pressing regional security issues. The U.S. government confirmed the meeting, stating that discussions centered around countering terrorist threats, including those posed by al-Shabaab and ISIS in the Horn of Africa. During his visit to Ethiopia, General Langley also met with the Chief of Staff of the Ethiopian National Defense Force, Field Marshal Birhanu Jula. According to official statements, their meeting addressed regional peace and security, joint strategies to tackle regional challenges, combating terrorism in Somalia, and promoting long-term stability in the Horn of Africa. The Ethiopian National Defense Force confirmed the discussions and emphasized the historical relationship between the two nations. Field Marshal Birhanu Jula stated, "The United States and Ethiopia have enjoyed relations for over a century," and noted that both sides have reached new agreements to enhance defense cooperation. The talks also touched on strategic issues in the Red Sea and the broader Horn of Africa, with both parties underlining the importance of mutual cooperation for regional stability. General Langley reaffirmed the strategic role Ethiopia plays in the region and expressed the U.S. commitment to strengthening military and security collaboration moving forward. It is enough. Peace campaign demands return of displaced citizens in Mekelle. A peaceful campaign under the slogan "It is enough" is underway in Mekelle, calling for the return of thousands of conflict-displaced citizens to their homes. Today, Sena 13, 2017 EC, June 20, 2025, marks Day 3 of the ongoing campaign, which was launched under a regional interim administration decree. To encourage participation, government employees were granted leave to join the peaceful protest. At the conclusion of the rally, participants voiced powerful messages demanding the safe and immediate return of those displaced by the conflict. Acting Regional President Emmanuel Asefa delivered a strong address, stating that as long as peaceful efforts to return displaced citizens fail, there will be no silence from the region. He stressed the urgency of honoring the Pretoria Peace Agreement, which has just 3 months remaining in its implementation timeline. According to Emmanuel, the agreement must guarantee safety and justice for all displaced Tigrayans. In a bold warning, he stated, "The Tigray people's local authority is crippled. They suffer daily, far from home." The federal government appears to be using the Pretoria Agreement not for peace, but as a tool of demographic manipulation, after failing to achieve victory by force. He urged the federal government to recommit to peace, asserting, "Displaced people from Western Tigray, who are not Kurds, must not be denied the right to return. On our side, we are 100% ready. If they return, Ethiopia will move closer to true reconciliation." President Emmanuel noted that multiple plans have been drafted for the return of the displaced and emphasized that the Tigrayan people, especially youth and mothers, have endured disproportionate suffering. Ethiopia clarifies special investigation procedures under anti-money laundering law. The Ethiopian government has clarified the investigation process established under Proclamation No. 1387/2017, which amends the earlier Proclamation No. 780/2005, ratified by the House of People's Representatives on June 10, 2017. This amended law introduces a specialized procedure to regulate the presentation of property or money obtained through criminal activity as legally acquired and to prevent money laundering. Officials emphasize that this special investigation process is distinct from the regular criminal investigation and applies only when an individual or group has been formally accused of a crime, and always requires a court order. According to Mr. Mulukan Amare, Director General of the Financial Security and Service Directorate, the procedure is designed solely for cases involving suspected money laundering or related crimes. It cannot replace usual criminal investigations. The proclamation identifies 21 predicate offenses that clearly define the scope of related investigations. Under Article 26, Subarticle 4, investigators are permitted to take any necessary self-defense measures if their life is at risk during investigations, excluding cases of death, General Adisjetnet Temesgen, Director General of the Ministry of Justice's Legal Drafting and Codification Directorate, stated that action under the Special Investigation Procedure is valid only if the source of the crime is identified. Any actions taken without such identification may hold investigators legally accountable. The Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Justice issued a joint statement to address public concerns about the law potentially threatening human and democratic rights. The proclamation and its procedures aim to protect national wealth, prevent illegal financial flows and money laundering, and ensure proper judicial and oversight processes. Malaria claims lives of 2 children and 1 adult in West Wolaga, Oromia. Tragic reports are emerging from Kandala Warita, in the West Wolaga zone of Oromia, where 3 people, including 2 children, have died from malaria, according to local residents and family members. The deaths occurred in the rural kabiles of Tuambai, Daika, and Shura. Mr. Osman Abimarahaba, a resident of Tuambai, told Tikva Ethiopia that he lost his 12-year-old child to malaria on Sena 1, 2017 EC. Corresponding to June 8, 2025. He shared his deep grief and frustration, explaining that due to the remote location and poor road conditions, he was unable to reach a health facility in time. In Shura Kabyle, Mr. Siraj Aim reported an unusual spike in malaria cases across several rural areas. He highlighted that long distances and rugged terrain have made access to healthcare extremely difficult for many. Residents voiced serious concerns about the lack of immediate medical response, saying that lives are being lost due to limited health services in remote communities. Attempts by Tikva Ethiopia to obtain an official response from the Kandala Warita Administration, Health Office, or local health workers were unsuccessful at the time of reporting, however. Mr. Jerma Kasahan, the deputy administrator of Kandala Warita, told local media outlet Duchebele that the surge in malaria reports from Shura and nearby areas had been brought to the attention of the authorities. In response, medical specialists were dispatched to verify whether the illness is malaria or another health issue. Meanwhile, Mr. Mesfin Tasaw, deputy head of the West Wolaga Zone Health Bureau, confirmed a rise in malaria cases with the onset of the rainy season. He stated that health centers are currently diagnosing 100 to 200 new malaria cases each week, though no official deaths have been recorded by the Bureau thus far. Ethiopian Communications Authority calls on social media giants to establish local branches amid rising hate speech. The Ethiopian Communications Authority has formally requested major social media companies, including Meta, Facebook, to open branch offices in Ethiopia. According to a statement released today, the authority presented a report covering the past year, highlighting a significant increase in hate speech on the internet. An official from the authority explained that while platforms like Facebook have millions of users in Ethiopia, they currently generate little to no advertising revenue within the country. Ethiopia now has over 44 million internet users, yet there is still no formal social media policy or legislation governing online content. This marks the 3rd time the authority has conducted such a study, revealing that hate speech spread via the internet is rising compared to previous years. Mr. Tamirat Dejin, the main representative of the authority, noted that large social media platforms operate branch offices in neighboring countries. He emphasized that it is inappropriate for Ethiopia, despite its vast user base, not to have similar local offices. He added that social media companies are expected to operate in ways that benefit Ethiopia and mentioned that detailed social media guidelines are anticipated to be introduced through upcoming legislation. Mr. Tamirat also pointed out that while Ethiopia is not yet generating advertising revenue from these platforms, such revenue is expected in the future. Currently, Ethiopia has about 4 million active social media users. A year-long study focused on platforms with significant user numbers, such as Facebook, TikTok, Telegram, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter, analyzing pages and influencers with over 5,000 followers. The study found that most hate speech is spread through text posts and short video clips, predominantly on Facebook, Telegram, and TikTok. Despite repeated efforts to curb false information and hate speech, the problem continues to grow. The authority has sought clearer guidance from social media companies on how to properly establish a presence in Ethiopia, but so far, Efforts to obtain sufficient information have been unsuccessful. Ethiopian Finance Ministry proposes new tax brackets, labor unions push back. The Ministry of Finance has unveiled 3 new proposals to revise Ethiopia's income tax proclamation, including updates to salary-based tax exemptions. As part of the study, the government has proposed adjusting the tax-free salary threshold to one of 3 possible amounts: 1,200, 1,600, or 2,000 bear per month. However, the proposal is facing strong opposition from the Confederation of Ethiopian Trade Unions, which has called for a much higher tax-exempt threshold of 8,300 bear. Speaking to Deutsche Welle Radio, the Confederation's president, Mr. Kasahan Follow, explained their reasoning: "We chose this figure based on international poverty standards. According to global benchmarks, including World Bank data, anyone earning less than $2.15 a day is considered poor. Ethiopia falls into that category." The Confederation rejected the government's proposals as too low, citing the country's rising cost of living and the declining value of the bear. Mr. Kasahan added, "In Kenya, incomes up to the equivalent of 24,000 bear are tax-exempt. We considered Ethiopia's economic reality and proposed 8,324 bear as a fair and realistic exemption." On the government side, Mr. Mule Woldu, Director of Tax Policy at the Ministry of Finance, acknowledged the challenge, stating, "If the 2,000 bear tax-free threshold is adopted, it will lead to a revenue loss of 0.6%, amounting to billions of bear." This discussion comes just 1 week after Finance Minister Ahmed presented Ethiopia's 1.93 trillion bear budget proposal for the 2018 EC fiscal year, 2025-26. He emphasized the urgent need to boost domestic revenue to fund national development goals. Emmanuel Specialized Mental Hospital advances care with digital system, treats over 100,000 patients. The Emmanuel Specialized Mental Hospital has reported providing medical services to over 102,600 patients with mental illnesses and related conditions during the 2017 fiscal year. Speaking to Lebsrat Radio, the hospital's public relations officer, Mr. Nabiyu Yenelam, detailed that within 9 months, the hospital delivered outpatient mental health treatment to 1,421 patients, repeated treatments to 98,803 patients, and emergency care to 2,380 patients. Founded in 1930 EC, Emmanuel Specialized Mental Hospital offers comprehensive mental health services, including inpatient and outpatient care, emergency treatment, brain examinations, electroconvulsive therapy, pediatric mental health services, forensic mental health support, and neurological treatments. Recently, the hospital transitioned from a traditional paper-based registration system to a fully electronic medical service registration and information management system. This digital upgrade has helped reduce patient waiting times from an average of 49 minutes in 2016 to just 38 minutes, while also improving patient data security, minimizing card loss, and easing the workload on medical staff. The hospital's move to an electronic medical record (EMR) system marks its transformation into a paperless health institution. Additionally, forensic medicine services related to criminal and legal investigations have been provided to 570 patients, both on an outpatient and inpatient basis. Prominent Ethiopian construction pioneer Alberto Vernero passes away. Alberto Vernero, renowned owner of Ethiopia Construction Company and a key figure in Ethiopia's construction industry since the 1950s, has passed away. Mr. Vernero is widely recognized for his role in building some of Ethiopia's most iconic landmarks, including the African Union headquarters, the Addis Ababa Construction Company, the main office of the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, Hilton Hotel, Millennium Hall, and the renovation of Jimma Abajafar Airport. His contributions also extend to major projects such as the Abrihat Library, Unity Park, and the renovation of the National Palace. His legacy leaves a lasting mark on Ethiopia's architectural and construction landscape. Oromia leads medal tally as regional sports competitions heat up. In today's second round of the men's football tournament, Tigray region defeated Somali region with a clean 2-0 victory, while Central Ethiopia edged past Southwest region 1-0. Meanwhile, the International Taekwondo Championship is underway, showcasing intense, high-level competitions among 7 regional teams. At Jiran School, the clash between Amhara and Oromia regions in the Taekwondo arena was especially fierce, with both advancing ahead of their rivals in earlier rounds. In the over 18 men's 60 kg category, featuring athletes from 6 regions, Amhara, Oromia, Afar, Gambela, Central Ethiopia, and Addis Ababa, Central Ethiopia and Amhara regions have advanced to the final round. Earlier, Oromia region claimed gold in the August Nahas event, marking a major milestone. In the women's over 1858 kg red belt final, Oromia once again dominated, defeating Amhara region in a tightly contested match. Additional Taekwondo finals saw Amhara region beating Central Ethiopia, while Oromia overcame both Addis Ababa and Southwest Ethiopia to reach another final. In the 17 to 18-year-old girls red belt pattern competition, involving 4 regions, Oromia took first place, followed by Addis Ababa in second and Central Ethiopia in third. In a separate event, the badminton tournament, Oromia again finished first, with Addis Ababa and Sidama region taking second and third place, respectively. As of the latest results, the overall medal standings are as follows: Oromia region leads with 18 medals, second-place medal Addis Ababa follows closely with 17 medals, third-place medal Amhara region holds third place with 8 medals. Ethiopian Premier League Star Award Ceremony set for Sena 19. The 2017 Ethiopian Premier League Star Awards will be held on Sena 19, 2017 Ethiopian calendar, featuring 7 prestigious categories. The award ceremony is scheduled to take place immediately following the final match of the 36th week between Shire and Ethiopia Meidin. Marking the conclusion of this season's competition, the event will be hosted at the Adama Science and Technology University Stadium. Fans across the nation can watch the full awards program live on the Super Sport channel. The awards will recognize excellence in the following categories: Star Player of the Year, Promising Player of the Year, Star Goalkeeper of the Year, Best Defender of the Year, Star Coach of the Year, Referee of the Year, Assistant Referee of the Year. The Ethiopian Premier League AMA invites everyone to join the celebration of football excellence. Thanks for tuning in to Channel Name.